Hello out there, friends. How are you today? Yeah, you. I see you. I'm talking to you. So this is coined the follow-up video to Gene Ho and Pastor Bob Joyce breakfast edition. Yes, I'm going to cook live, chef style, but I'm not a chef. But I do have coffee and signature merch. Hey, I like it. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Remember that phrase, that saying? I'm not here to promote products. But anyway, yeah, I'm just making some eggs, some leftover beef, seeing who shows up today. And yesterday I made a live video which was one of the follow-ups to Gene Ho's open video to Pastor Bob. And everybody's been talking about it. And of course, like usual, on different sides of the conversation, but most people just very simply are supporting Gene Ho and Pastor Bob Joyce, as they should. But I could talk to you about a variety of things in this video. I always want to mention Grace Wave, which is our 24/7 stream. Think of it as contemporary Christian radio, streaming 24/7, and everything we do with Grace Wave supports the Grace Wave Kids Foundation, which we started in the Philippines about 3 years ago, helping kids, blessing them, feeding them, and our goal and mission is to go worldwide as much as possible. So it's not just to be the next Caleb, although that would be great, but it's really all about the kids. And I know a lot of you appreciate that kind of mission. Okay, so back to Pastor Bob and the gang. One thing I've talked about with like the natural foods topic, which strangely can align to this conversation, also aligns with your faith in Jesus Christ and your trust in Him in this crazy world, is I don't want myself or you to have regrets about what you did not do at this pivotal, once in many generations event that's unfolding right now. And so I'll give you a little inside tidbit. Part of the reason why I kept talking about Pastor Bob and Gene Ho, but mostly Pastor Bob, is to just keep you all interested in what's happening, really in the bigger picture though. And also because it's obviously been a topic that many of you have been interested in. And just like me, maybe you stumbled into, who's this Pastor Bob guy? And why does he sing so good? And why does he sound so much like Elvis? It's crazy. It's very interesting. And so, but there's some of you, maybe it's you, who has been aware of Pastor Bob for a long time and dug into certain related topics. And it wasn't necessarily a surprise to you, or you saw all of this coming. Whatever the case being, is on this channel, I personally used it for you as kind of like a center point where all the other topics come together. And I really don't want you to have any regrets 5 years from now. I was just talking on another one of my channels about what happened in 2020. We know it all. We all know what happened in 2020 and after that, especially those first couple of years. And some of you, I know, have regrets about things that you did, maybe a little of that, or for not saying more. I feel pretty good about the things I was sharing on social media, on channels like this back then. However, there's things I regret too, like a few public interactions with people who were trying to push things and whatnot, and I just lost it. There was one, I'll tell you the story. I have to be kind of generic about it, but there was one experience I had at a convenience store that I frequent all the time, every week, and seen the guy many times, and he was totally fooled into thinking that he needed to make sure everyone wore the thing, to the point of he was trying to physically, right in front of me, and even blocking my way out the door. I mean, he was between me and the exit, to put it on my face. And it was just a breaking point. I mean, it was 2021. I was already way into the weeds and everything. I knew exactly what was happening. And dealing with things with my son's school at the same time. I mean, it was just like one of those breaking points, and I lost it. And I went off on the whole store for like a good, I don't know, it seemed like a long time, but it was probably only like a minute. While I was leaving, while I was putting stuff on the cashier, whatever, the table, and saying, hey, I don't need this stuff, bye. And I wish I would have handled it better. But it's kind of one of those things, like the amount of craziness that transpired up to that moment, and then to have somebody do that to you, when you know that it's all nonsense anyway, and there's no level of protection that was going on. He was literally like right in front of me anyway, you know. But anyway, yeah, I got moments like that. Who's here? Squiggly Pain, Dad Pro 1. FedEx you a plate. Hey, as soon as this channel, as soon as we add drone food deliveries, or drone Medexus deliveries especially, you got to check out Medexus. You can bet I will be sending samples your way. So I should move the camera to show you something. Hey, Irma's here. But I don't want to move the camera because then I'll mess it up. So anyway, I know for some of you, maybe you think, oh, there's no creators online who actually care about their audience and want to just tell them real things and not focus on making money or whatever. But it's not the case. And I would go even a step further with you guys and tell you that there is nothing wrong with both. I work incredibly hard for all of you to try to do the right things, say the right things at the right time in the right ways for the right reasons, because I want to build my businesses like the the normal business and the nonprofit separately, Grace Wave Kids Foundation and Matt Savina Music and that kind of stuff, I'll tell you straight out, heck yeah, I do. I want to make money. I work hard for it. 16-hour days are not strange for me. It's normal, okay? And a lot of people can't say that. But then at the same time, I want to help you guys at the same time. And I'm not perfect. Newsflash, I've made mistakes. I haven't always had, I don't know, the perfect perspective or reason to share this or that at the time. However, in hindsight, I think things have gone pretty well. And I really do care about you guys. When I went to George Live last year for August, George Live 2025, perfect year to say that, it did have an effect on me. For one, I got to meet Pastor Bob. He prayed over me during a critical point in my life, recovering from cancer and chemo, still feeling horrible. And part of me still can't believe that I even went, but it was just a 2-day trip. And so I knew I could survive it. But that was pivotal because there were many of you that have been watching this channel and my other channels that I actually got to meet, shake hands, and talk to face to face. And believe it or not, that makes a huge impression on me too, because yeah, social media, the vlogs and that kind of it can be kind of cold and distant. And I used to call it unsocial media, or still do, because it can be very unsocial. But it's like a lot of things, it's what you do with it. And for people like Pastor Bob, who probably isn't watching this, probably hasn't seen 99% of my videos, and isn't that in touch with social media and all that stuff, doesn't care about it, and that's okay. It seems weird, or it's like a fake world or something. But there's nothing fake about it. And obviously, we've built a great community here of like-minded believers, faith-filled believers, just because we're authentically sharing, trying to connect, and do it in the right ways. So I'm very proud of the fact that we've managed to merge something like Pastor Bob Joyce and theories and Gene Ho and George Magazine and faith and all these things and music. We've somehow merged all of it and still become one of the top 3 channels on the subject of Pastor Bob Joyce. And I mean the church, all kinds of things, and I'm proud of that. If you do searches online about certain topics and theories, you're gonna probably pretty quickly, you're gonna see this channel pop up. So yeah, I'm proud of that. And one of the biggest issues I had with building channels up until 3-4 years ago was that when you when you have a channel, for those of you who don't know this about creating content videos online, your best route to go, showing off the merch, the best route to go is to have a small niche that you focus on. So it could be like nothing but Gene Ho, or Gene Ho and George Magazine, a little bit wider, maybe just George Magazine or just Pastor Bob Joyce. And I wasn't good at that, not because I didn't know that's what I was supposed to do to be successful, but it's just there's so many topics that I'm passionate about. The natural foods and medicines, Medexus, what's happening in our country, and deceptions, and space, outer space, big time quotation marks. Foods, music, obviously, was the biggest one. But so it was a real challenge to me, and even for this audience, for you to stick with me while I bounce over all different kinds of tangents, just because I needed to. I needed to share that with you. And I've lost a lot of people on this channel who just quit paying attention, because after George Live and then a few months later, I kind of said, you know what, we're just not gonna do the Bob Elvis videos like we were for the last year, because that box has been checked and we're moving on to bigger, better things for you, whether you like it or not. Yeah, a lot of people left, they lost interest. So anyway, I need to wrap this up so I can eat this amazing eggs and beef with, slightly burnt. Some of you, you know what I'm talking about. It's got to be charred. It's got to be black for the best taste in the morning or anytime. And it's even better the next day. And carrots, potato. Hey, this is protein packed. I love keto. I love the keto diet. And I don't talk about it much. I'm not like, you gotta eat keto. No, everybody's got their own things, and I get it. But it's been great for me. I've lost, I think I've like evened out more on the muscle fat thing, and just, yeah, got rid of the sugar. Not much sugar at all for me anymore. And once you get used to not having the sugar all the time, you don't miss it. Yeah, once in a while I get a craving. I still have pie is my favorite, but only if it's like natural, good pie, not the junky ones in the store anymore. I just can't do that. But Himalayan salt, yeah. I got it right here. Himalayan salt, Celtic, however you say it, has become my #1. I really love that now. And then Himalayan second, but they're both great. Crazy Fox Lover, you donated $50? Really? Well, thank you very much. That covers a whole weekend event for our kids in the Philippines that we've been doing every week, every Sunday. So thank you very much. I will look for that afterwards. And if I got your email or whatnot, I always send a thank you. And Irma knows that. Irma is a donor, supporter as well. Irma, be careful about the Himalayan at Walmart and other places. It is not always what they say it is, unfortunately. And I found that out myself the hard way. Yeah, you just got to really look into it. There's a certain company, Himalayan salt, that I bought. It's probably the most popular salt brand. Should I just say it? Is it Morton's or Norton's? You know what I'm talking about. It's got a blue label. And I actually tested it myself. And it was not what they said it was. And there is actually a really easy way to test your Himalayan and find out if it's not. And yeah, it'll basically turn the water pink. Like if it's real pink Himalayan salt, the color is not going to wash out of it. That's the short explanation. But yeah, I found out the hard way that hopefully yours is legit, Irma, but I'm just saying. Unfortunately, that's still the world we live in, is that people will sell you something. That's why I love Medexus so much, is because they do and say what they say they're going to do, and the products they make. It's no hype, it's all natural, and it actually works. But there's so many companies that'll just slap a label on a bottle and a phrase, sentence, whatever, and it's not even the truth. And people will buy it over and over again just because they have a nice marketing scheme. Okay, for real, I need to wrap it up. I don't mind it a little cold, but I don't want it totally cold. So, oh, and I guess it's freezing up. So thanks again, Crazy Fox Lover. Or maybe you didn't donate. I see the message went away. Anyway, I'll look for it if you did, of course. And I appreciate all of you. So have a good one. Take care and God bless.